Hey internets, it's Rev. Join us today as we talk about MAGFest, then some more MAGFest. We'll discuss a little MAGFest later on, followed by MAGFest. MAGFest? MAGFest. You sure about MAGFest? Oh, and a little MAGFest. Grab your magazines and magnums. It's episode 36 of the Indie Game Riot MAGFest edition. Indie Game Riot!
Hey everybody, it's Josh again. This is episode 36, MAGFest edition. If you guys missed it last week, I was actually at Tech's house and sitting. I don't know if I'm pointing at my screen, like you guys can see my screen,
like around here,
sitting on that bed with a microphone in my face, and it was fun. Tons of fun. We had lots of fun. We were interviewing all kinds of devs. We met really cool people. Played some awesome games, and we're gonna run down a lot of the games that we played. Oh, that's why you were asking for a list of games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm like dropping business cards. Crazy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
while I bend over for that.
So while Josh figures out what exactly he's doing and burning himself on his light, Rev, what have you been doing this week?
I worked. Something non-work related. I got this month's Indie Box.
Ooh.
And all I have to say is holy shit. So it's Super Win the Game, and it came in at in like a SNES control game box from back in the day, and they have a USB SNES gamepad included with it.
Wow, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's branded with Indie Box and Super Win the Game,
but
it's a fully functional SNES controller modified for USB, and started playing. Like, you read the box and they're like, oh, this box is made out of like 80% cardboard-ish products. We guarantee that there's no elephant ivory involved or cocaine. Like, they just went all out for entertainment value. I will tell you now, if you are going to play it and you're interested in playing the 3D version, apparently, because they included a 3D glasses, you have to install off the USB stick involved. Because if you use the Steam code, it's not going to work. They only have it for the Indie Box release.
Cool.
But they got like this game is a lot of fun. It's stupid fucking simple, but it is so much fun. I've logged probably 2 or 3 hours on it, and I got it yesterday.
I'm a little jealous. You should have used, before you signed up, you should have used our affiliate link. Then the show could have gotten like $2
Yeah.
I really got to say, I signed up before we had an affiliate link.
So Josh, are you set? Do you have any idea what we're talking about? That's good. Have you been doing anything fun?
Look, here's the stack of business cards or ghetto business cards that I don't know how impressive that is on the screen, but
it's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can show stuff now. This is cool being on video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like things to show off and stuff like that. What am I? Look at this. Okay, I don't even know. I'm getting a little bit too excited. I'm like all over the place now.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Okay. Other than being at your house,
and
me
getting
being
stuck
at your
here,
house,
basically.
Have you had anything special to happen in your week?
Other than really just like chewing through a lot of the footage that we got from MAGFest, getting ready to like commit seppuku on the Super Bowl because I'm a delivery driver, and like the day before the Super Bowl, like everyone's like my friend Cole was basically just like, your anus isn't ready. Like, just like prepare your body. So So I got that going for me.
But you said Halloween's actually more busy.
Apparently, maybe
Maybe.
not.
See, that's why I said it makes more sense that the Super Bowl.
Apparently, we're projected to sell about $1,000 more inventory than we did on Halloween, which is actually kind of a lot. Like, that's an entire extra day for us sometimes.
Jeez, you guys got a nice pizza, by the way. We drove by it.
Yeah, it's new.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as far as me, let's see. I'm trying to think. Working and what happened because when I was at Tech's house, I ended up getting stuck there because it snowed. And it wasn't that big of a snow. Like, everyone was freaking, Snowmageddon in 2015. Like I mean, back in 2010, and anyone up in the Northeast remembers, that was like feet of snow. This was like 8 inches. Like, come on, people. Yeah. But anyway, I got stuck there because I'm not going to drive 3 hours, in the snow, even if it's just a few inches. It's still dangerous when I don't know where I'm going. But so I left it like a day later, and I had to but when I got back on Tuesday, I still had to go into work. So it's literally from like driving from your place, just been like driving there and immediately to work after picking up my family.
Oh God.
And it was just like constant, like I've already was like sleep deprivation.
Yeah, because you only got
we were sleeping like maybe 5 hours.
Yeah, and we played Zaya, which was really fun.
We did play Zaya. You always talk about Zaya, that board game. It was a lot of fun, and Tech's a cheater.
No, I'm not. Oh my God.
And but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And right before the show, someone hit my car, and that's cool. Rev died.
Uh-oh. Well,
not hard. It was just like I was parked out front, and the back window was like fogged up, so no one, like, people got in the car that was parked behind me.
Yeah.
And the back window was fogged up, so they didn't see anyone in the car, and they were like trying to pull out, but they didn't like back up first. They were just trying to like inch their way out past us. And I felt like the most like minor like ding, like against my car. I'm like, what the fuck? And they just sped off.
Oh man, call the cops.
So it's not enough damage to even be upset about. Plus my car's like dinged up anyway. But I looked out and there is a scratch like right on the corner of the bumper where they like kind of like dink. Bastards. But anyway, that's where I live.
Yeah. Well, with Rev being dead, you know what that means?
He could use an Indie News injection.
He could.
Are you bored with the same old games?
Yeah.
Why, then give yourself an Indie News injection.
Thanks, Indie Games.
This week on Indie News Injection, we don't have any news. That's the way to start this off.
It's basically how it's
because
working.
It's the MAGFest edition, we're actually just going to run down some of the games and devs that we met. It was really cool meeting all of you, if any of you are watching this, by the way. If you are watching this and you're not signed in and chatting, why not? Come on.
Yeah, really.
Follow us and stuff like that, and you can always chat with us. That one we actually didn't meet. There was a Earth Night. They gave it here. I can like show stuff now. They gave us their card.
Yeah.
Earth Night was really beautiful. It had like this cool, really cool art. It was like one of those runner games, kind of like Bit Trip Runner, mixed with a little bit of roguelike elements.
Yeah, and you had different people that you could play. It was they were basically.
It was a 14-year-old girl, and then like an old dude who's a photographer.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, and they were trying to advertise like this mostly seamless gameplay where you're going one direction and then you finish that level and then it automatically puts you in a quick little cutscene. That cutscene turns into the next level.
It was really smooth, the transitions.
Yeah. And all the art was hand drawn, which is actually a theme that we saw a lot this MAGFest.
Yeah, and then Vidar, an RPG puzzler where everyone dies.
Yeah, that guy was cool.
That guy was really cool.
Yeah, I like talking to him.
Is it Vidar or is it Vidar?
It's Vidar.
I've been saying it Vidar.
Vidar.
Yeah.
Vidar.
We were asking him before he interviewed him. Yeah, so it's like actually something really cool about that. We were talking about how he got the balance of the puzzles, and he was talking about how he I don't know if it was at a MAGFest or somewhere else.
He was talking about how he's collecting information as people were playing it at MAGFest. Mm-hmm. And he's like taking to see how long it takes people to finish the puzzles, and he's going to balance the puzzles out difficult wise, or even take them away completely if they're too hard.
Yeah. And he's actually like found bugs that way. Like this one guy was able to complete.
I think a lot
puzzle.
of people do that though.
Yeah, it's awesome that he's sort of crowdsourcing his his
there was some as far as like promoting your games. If you guys are out there who are game developers, get to these events. I mean, MAGFest is a pretty good one to start off with because it's fairly cheap and
low key.
It's really nice, like well connected. Everyone's like pretty friendly as far as like, hey, come talk to me.
Yeah.
As far as opposed to the other bigger ones, like, hey, get away, this is my booth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got videos on that. Check the channel.
Yeah, but practice some.
Yeah.
Wait, is everything mirrored? Is that what is happening?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. But
Clusterpuck 99.
Clusterpuck 99. Well, you get to see the art at least.
Yeah.
Clusterpuck 99 was another one that was a really cool multiplayer game. Basically, it was like air hockey, like strategic air hockey.
It was like hockey and soccer.
Oh, there goes Rev again.
Yeah. So it was like hockey and soccer. You could charge your shot up. We were playing 3v3. I think you can also play 4v4 local. Full controller support. Real fun. Lots of new sort of mechanics built into the maps to sort of throw you off, like spikes or speed boosts, and you can punch people in the face. That was fun.
There was another people. They make a cool mobile game, and we can never remember the name of it. So now I feel like an asshole. But they were really cool devs. Chronobit Studios. If you want to go check them out. It started with an L. It was like a puzzle. It was like a puzzle mobile game.
Was that? Yeah, Luniform. I have their card right here.
Luniform. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Right there. Luniform.
Yeah, he gave me like their company card.
Yeah.
There was a company called Ghost Crab Games that was there. They actually had like 2 different games. One was Drive to Hell,
which was fun
on Steam,
and the other one was one I can't remember the name of.
Haas H, started with an H.
Yeah,
There was so many that it's hard to remember, and
it's kind of like Joust.
They don't have it on the card, but it was another multiplayer brawler, like kind of like Super Smash Brothers mixed with Joust. It was really cool. They had a little bit of a spin on it where you could you're on a mount and you're all fighting and hitting each other. So you knock the other players off their mount, but you're still live, and then you have to you can hop on your mount again, or you can hit people off their mounts and steal their mount. But if you get hit again after being off your mount, then you die, and then you have to respawn and all that stuff. We didn't check them out yet, but they're that's free fun. Sorry, I'm going through this. Default Dan.
Awesome dude, by the way.
Cool. Yeah, that dev was really cool to talk to. We talked to him for like an hour.
Yeah.
He was the last dev that we actually interviewed. You probably, people watching this, you might have seen, if you watch Let's Plays, you've probably seen his game all over the place. He was on PewDiePie, Game Grumps, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. He was talking about how being a feature on popular channels like that kind of gave him like this like secondary fame. People want him like to autograph like things, like some of his merch and take pictures with him. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and we were talking about that. So maybe after interviewing him, we'll get some of that like trickle down. It's trickle down economics, but with fame and video games. And if we want to talk about the game a little bit, it's basically take every single thing you know about traditional platformers and reverse it, and that's this game. Yeah,
it's kind of rage game, but it's not like unfair platformer or
it's
something
like
that. It's meant to make you. It's meant to be difficult. And it's meant to mess with you, but it's not just trolling you. It's not. You're playing it, and it gives you like set rules. Like a lot of those trolley games, they kind of like do whatever they want.
Yeah,
it gives you set rules. It's just that it messes with your head.
Yep.
Is Rev back?
I don't know. He might be dead. So we can keep rolling though.
Yeah. Anyway.
Keep going.
Okay, there he is. Unfortunately, like a lot of the cards they get.
Just
a lot of the cards I get, they don't have the games on it, so I kind of forget. This one was cool. This is actually, these people, Pixel Please, they made a cool mobile game. We might feature them on another show, because it's pretty cool.
Oh, wait. I have the album.
Well, way to beat me to it. I was gonna mention, actually, that's the music that we're getting. Oh, crap. Sorry.
What?
In between segments, for those of you listening to the recorded version, I was getting a Charlie horse. Yeah. He gave us his soundtrack. This is the music that you're going to hear in the recorded version of this episode.
And we've got some
by Dave Dexter.
Dave Dexter.
Yeah, and we got an awesome interview with the guy who made this game, talking about just games, the production of games, and how sort of game developers' career sort of works. Really smart guy. He's definitely been around in the biz for a while. Worked for some really big names, and.
We actually didn't. Did we say Star Saver? Star Saver is the game.
Yeah, Star Saver.
By the way, if you want to go
mobile
check
game
it out.
on right now. Pick it up.
Basically it's free for like the first, I forget what first level, I guess.
First level.
And it's not a pay as you go game. You pay. Basically, it's like a demo, and then it asks you to pay for the rest of the game. And that's it.
And there's something like, what did he say? Like
you're paying what? It's like $5.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of gameplay. He said, was it like 15 hours of gameplay?
I thought it was a little bit more than that, but it's a lot.
15 to 20.
They were saying that they made too much game.
Yeah, it's a lot of gameplay. So, I mean, you're paying $5 for a mobile game. You're like, man, that's a lot for a mobile game, but you're talking about a lot of gameplay.
Yeah.
So give it a try.
Also, some of the best
like
haptic controls, some of the best digital controls I've ever used in a mobile game.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty good.
And you're not a very big mobile gamer.
Oh, dude,
either.
no way. Like, and seriously, like when it comes to digital buttons, I'm just like, digital buttons are bad and you should never use them. But they developed it and it was good. And he explained it to me afterwards how it worked. And we might talk about it on another show. But I was doing it before he even like described it to me, and it just was so natural and so perfect that, yeah, seriously.
There
good job.
Also, was it Super something Burrito?
It was Burrito Galaxy 65.
Burrito Galaxy,
which
69
you can
or something like that.
65.
I know.
Yeah.
but the guy gave me his card. I know it's backwards, but that dude was weird, and I think that's a compliment.
Yeah.
The game is weird. He is weird. He gave me a card that says "Snack all beef hot dogs." Mushba as the company name, which is not the case. I don't think. Maybe it is.
No,
I don't know.
Let's figure it out.
Lead writer at Kotaku, which is not true. Monetization expert at EA. Not true.
Yeah, definitely not.
But the guy was cool. A little trippy.
How do you spell burrito?
Buritto. You're special.
No, it's not showing up. It's not showing up.
Oh yeah,
in,
that's the Luniform card that you're showing.
Yeah.
There's that. Okay. Oh,
next. Alum. Yep.
Alum was a really cool game. That was like a how would you?
It was a Sierra / LucasArts point and click.
There you go. It was very reminiscent of King's Quest, if you remember those games. Yep. I love those games, by the way.
Yeah.
Alum was probably one of my favorites there.
Very fleshed out story. The two guys couldn't have been more than 25.
Yeah, it was.
I think they were like two brothers working on it.
Orientation. Another company called Glass Knuckle Games.
Oh yeah, they
actually had two games there.
Yeah.
Thief Town, which there's the art on Thief Town.
I've got a sticker that. Oh Jesus. I've got a sticker that I rolled over on my chair accidentally. Oh.
Because that's how much you care.
No,
the other one was Noir Syndrome, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Noir
like a
Syndrome,
murder mystery.
But it was sort of roguelike-y.
It was like it was a murder mystery with procedurally generated game.
Yeah.
You had to go into the different areas and figure out who killed the person.
Yeah.
Like you had to find clues.
Mm-hmm.
If you could also get in trouble with the police yourself. It was it was a really cool game.
Yeah. And more on Thief Town. Thief Town, we saw a lot of couch co-op games. This one, if you have friends that you hang out with, get it, buy some USB controllers, and play this damn game. You will love it.
Thief Town was like a fleshed out, like Murder, the Murder game on Gary's Mod.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that fleshed out. Basically, you are all these Westerner type thief looking things. In the game, it puts you in the game, you with a bunch of like NPCs, and it all
they all look the same.
You all look the same, so you have to figure out who's who, and you have to kill the other players by picking them out of the crowd.
Yeah.
You can usually do that by like, because people obviously like the computer moves a certain way, and when you're playing, it kind of like. But
so
the players
like
are.
that one ninja game where you were a bunch of ninjas all at the. No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and
it's
the
very
players
fun.
are trying to do their best to blend in while finding the other guys.
Yeah,
to kill
and they have a
first.
lot of different game modes. You can be a sheriff. You can throw items in there. It was fun.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it's like $5 on Steam. Don't
this
quote
one,
me on that.
Leaf, because I remember because his name was Leaf Erickson.
Yeah,
Leaf Erickson Doll.
that was his name. Yeah, cool dude, cool game.
He did Whispering Willows, right?
Yeah, Whispering Willows, which is a game where
it's a horror adventure game.
Yeah, basically, like the mechanic is
That's
you're this girl who can astrally project and like talk to ghosts around you, and then use that sort of astrally projected self to like get in through small things and like unlock doors from the other way, or like figure out puzzles. It's kind of cool.
It's a horror adventure, but it's not jump scary.
Yeah, it's more like
about atmosphere.
Yeah,
and there's puzzles and everything like that. It's pretty cool. Another one of my favorites, I think. SWD Tech. That was okay.
SWD Tech was
No, I know who it was. That was that dude. Okay. Yeah, that was Noir.
Pixel Noir.
Pixel Noir. Thank you.
I'm not wearing
Pixel Noir.
Yeah.
That was a very unfinished demo. Very unfinished demo, but it was cool. It kind of had like a little bit of a Earthbound RPG kind of feel to it. Basically, you're a guy who can't remember things, and like if you're trying to find a killer, a lot of noir themes this year.
Yeah, definitely.
It's hard to say a whole lot about the game because, like I said, it wasn't very finished.
And they actually
cool.
They had also recently brought more people in on the team to work harder on it.
It was a cool idea, just the whole thing. I think we need to see more from it.
Yep.
It was. You know what else is cool though? Because it's like noir or whatever. He actually had it set up on old time like
CRTs. Yeah. They were running the game on old CRT monitors.
Nice.
Yeah.
20XX.
20XX was fun.
Multiplayer Mega Man X is basically what that is. It was pretty cool. It actually made. Everyone hate me for this, but I actually don't like Mega Man very much because I suck at it. I had fun playing this game. I think because the biggest reason was because of the multiplayer aspect of it.
Yeah.
So I can kind of ride on people's coattails because I suck.
So how do they do multiplayer for it? Like that, like you mentioned that before the show, and I'm sitting here thinking, how do you multiplayer Mega Man without turning it into Double Dragon?
It's a platformer, but as far as like the camera goes, if you move apart in the world, the camera zooms out.
Yeah, and there are multiple.
So double Dragon.
Well, kind of, but Double Dragon's
but it's not
more.
Brawler, though, right?
Yeah, no, Double Dragon's more on like a single plane, whereas
Mega
this
Man
is more
part of
like Super Mario, like the Mario games where if you're playing multiplayer, like it'll zoom out a certain amount.
The game mechanics were very Mega Man. Like there's like there's like the boost boots or whatever they do, wall climbing and things like that. You even have like the pow gun. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, Mega Man stuff.
The pow gun. And then the platforming aspect of Mega Man as well as you're going through. And that's there were some other ones in here, but I can't.
I'm so envious you guys made it to this. Like,
I wish you could have been there.
Yeah, man.
I wish you would have been.
I'm trying to think of other games that we liked that we haven't talked about yet.
Well, I don't know because I have some other cards here, but I don't like. I mean, there's this. I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's a different guy. I
don't remember who that's from.
That was for the strip club down the street.
That's a YouTube guy.
Was that? Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
now I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I have a bunch of business cards. Some,
Yeah.
not all of them are game related, but it was really cool. I mean, talking about the devs too.
I've got another one.
Welcome to Undercog.
Welcome to Undercog, which is, like you said about Pixel Noir, very alpha. Like the demo that I ended up playing had to be coded specifically for people not to break it. But it's a 3D brawler game where the more you play, the more stuff you unlock, and you can basically completely customize the robot that you're a part of. The story is really cool. It's one dude. All of the art in 3D is hand drawn. We have some awesome pictures of the art that he actually was drawing. Lots of talent behind there. We're on their website in a picture, which is really cool.
Oh yeah,
and
that guy I think was my favorite dev.
Yeah,
and that's not to say anything about the other devs, but this guy, he had the ultimate indie.
They didn't even have a booth
attitude.
the first day.
He was so like collaborative, and he was so appreciative of everyone who showed him interest in his game.
Yeah.
He this is his first game. This is his first foray into indie games at all. He's actually a tattoo artist. He did all the art hand drawn. He actually showed us. Jesse has.
Yeah, I can. I wish I could show you guys, but I have the pictures
Jesse got
on
a
my
tattoo from him.
Yeah, no, like seriously, like, so my girlfriend was helping out, and seriously, like, you know, even for sake of time, that our coverage of MAGFest would not be possible without my girlfriend Jessie. She was so freaking helpful. It's like, it's no joke, and she was amazing. And on top of that, she was sick the entire time, like with the whole medical stuff that we talked about. You know. Anyway, another game that we didn't talk about, which I have like this huge hard on for.
Guns of Icarus.
Guns of Icarus. We got to play before that. Josh, talk about Guns of Icarus, because you've never played Guns of Icarus.
We played Guns of Icarus. A lot of people know Guns of Icarus just because it's pretty popular on YouTube. They have this whole thing with Polaris and everything like that. The guy, we got to meet actually the team lead for Guns of Icarus, which was really cool.
I was shaken.
Howard. And we got to play the game, and whoever beat, because it's a brand new, they haven't released it to the public yet, and it was a brand new game mode where it was PvE instead of PvP, so player versus environment. And it was actually a little bit unbalanced, so it was pretty hard.
We got so far.
And they let us play, and they said, if you win, we'll give you a USB cartridge that's made to look like a bullet, like a 50 cal. And it was really cool looking. I really wanted it, and we got within seconds.
Oh God!
Of winning, but we died at the very last.
Yeah.
Very last few seconds.
Just to make sure that we're pausing, rewinding, and then making sure that my ears work correctly. Did you say Guns of Icarus with PvE?
Yeah.
Correct.
So
PvE.
So you are on a ship. Your team has ships, and you have a base that has health. You have to basically fight against turrets and other ships that are attacking your base and attacking you to go to a place, capture that place, pick up cargo, and bring it back to your base to re-heal your base, and then do that 3 times. We had just picked up the 3rd piece of cargo when our base died.
Yeah.
It was intense, and I'm a veteran.
I mean to ask them, because they actually emailed us and they contacted us on Twitter.
Yeah.
After since they've been back, and I need to ask them if anyone actually won, because I'm jealous.
Yeah, definitely. And
also, before you get, I forgot to show this off. Pixel Noir, they also gave us their album. I know it's kind of shiny, but there's some art on there.
I also have a T-shirt back there. Real nice T-shirts.
Oh yeah, they gave us free T-shirts. That was really cool.
They were really, the guy cared a lot.
The guys that made Alum are also in a band. They gave us their, like, not even the game thing. They gave us their like newest album.
Yeah.
As the band. Damn.
Yeah. And
it was pretty cool.
And then the last game that I want to talk about, unless you like jog your memory, was a game that I have a huge heart on for, that I really, really want. I need to kickstart it. Is Star Mazer. It is.
Oh,
you forgot
shit.
about it. It's a. We talked about this last episode. It's a shmup point and click. Like
point and click adventure and a shmup mixed into one game.
You start.
I don't like shmups.
I love
suck
shmups.
at shmups.
I love them so much.
But this game might be the one that gets me into a shmup.
Yeah. So
it looks so awesome.
Yeah.
There's comedy in it mixed in. What was the guy's name? It was like his name was like Brick Stonewood Steel or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was something ridiculous.
Brick W Steel, like Brick Stonewood, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. It's clever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that game was really cool.
You went to go Kickstarter, but to get like
all the Day
poster.
Zero stuff was like gone in like hours, and so I had no chance.
I guarantee you they're gonna get funded. It's gonna be a great game.
Dude, I'm surprised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By Imagos Softworks.
Yeah, it was actually the same guy from 2DX that we're gonna mention next segment because they gave us their that's Sportsball we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Same guy, but it's like a different dev studio. I don't really know how it works, but yeah, it was. I don't know. That's a game to get excited for.
Definitely.
Now you know what else you can get excited for since we mentioned it.
What's that?
Starting to Riot.
This week on Starting the Riot, live by the bird, die by the bird. We're talking soccer meets joust meets majestic fucking birds. That's right, everybody. One of the best reasons for you to buy a wiiU, Sportsball, one word. Awesome four team, multiple different classes, multiple different play styles, and the most fun you can have on a couch for under $10. Seriously, yeah, these are things that were coming out of their mouth, but after playing the game and talking to Austin,
catchy.
They are. We interviewed Austin, he spells his name with an O, which really throws me off. Really creative dude, really creative game, and like holy crap. So basically, Sportsball, there are multiple different modes. We played pretty much exclusively the pro mode, where you pick a mount. Well, first you pick a team, and on that team there are different mounts, and each mount controls differently. And then you have the controls on your wiiU remote, where you have the analog stick.
Super simple.
Yeah, and then two buttons. One flaps, and one dives. And when you dive, you can
flapping, obviously you're flying, but the diving, the point of that is, well, one, to get the balls quicker, but two is also because you can smash. Shut up, Rev. You can smash. We're professional.
Yep.
You can smash other players into the ground, and when you smash other people, they turn into balls.
Yeah.
And
you have to get those balls into the goal, which is also the spawn point. And if you touch another color ball, it turns into your color ball. And you're trying to get those in the goal, and the first team to a certain point number wins in that mode. There are also modes where kills count as points, and just a lot of other cool stuff. Lots of cool maps, and all the I know I've been saying this a lot, but all the mounts play completely differently. Like Josh and I think played 2 mounts each. And the first one I played, it was really responsive. I really liked how it flew, but it always hit balls down. So it was a really good goalkeeper.
It was a difficult one, they said.
But I was getting the hang of it. And then the others were like really heavy.
Yeah, my difference was the first one I had was pretty fast. It was really good at flying. And the second one was it was really good at smashing, like in diving and things like that. Yeah. But it was like trying to get the fly. It was like trying to drag a freaking ball and chain up.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really cool though, and it gets pretty crazy, and you get pumped up.
Yeah.
It is wiiU exclusive, which I guess if you have a wiiU, which it's awesome because now you have an actual game that's new on the wiiU.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, the dev was very adamant in defending Nintendo. He said that they were very good to him, and their support's great for the devs because we always bust Nintendo's balls.
Yeah.
No pun intended. That.
That's a good one. That's a good one. It's a good one.
There's just too many balls for Rev.
Yeah.
But we're always busting their chops because we're like, oh, they don't like indies. Oh, they don't ever come out with new IPs. He was very adamant in defending them.
Yeah.
So
what he said,
that's straight from the dev's mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, what he said was, they're not against new games. They're only they don't only release their own IPs. They only release good games. And I think that once he said that, everything sort of
other M what though?
That's true. That's true. But yeah, no, he was really great support from Nintendo. They were on the front of the eShop for a while. And Rev, you said that I think we talked about this for IndieCade, but you probably played this game.
Yeah, no, we were kind of mentioning this as I was watching gameplay footage, and I'm watching it now on the stream, and I'm going, this seems very, very familiar. They might have had it at the Nintendo tent at IndieCade.
Probably, yeah. Oh, and I mean,
and if not, I apologize because it is so radically similar to something else that was at IndieCade that I apologize for mixing it up. If
the
you guys
company, it's probably them because the company 2DX is from Seattle, so it makes sense that they would have been at IndieCade West since they're over on that side.
Yeah.
It was funny though. People were like, when you talk about Sportsball to other people, are like, oh yeah, that guy. You can tell he's not from the East Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I guess West Coast people like act and dress a certain way. I don't know.
Yeah, something
I'm
like
not
that.
saying nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You guys out there in the East have a different enunciation.
That's true,
and
we do.
vernacular.
It's so weird because I wouldn't consider myself to have an accent, and then apparently I do. So
Yeah. Actually, someone said that yesterday to me because I was saying coffee. We kind of have like a little bit of an A sound for like
Caffey.
Northeastern.
That's true.
Wait,
Yeah.
say it again.
Coffee.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
saying caffeine.
Yeah,
yes.
but I guess she's from Jersey, so she's like coffee or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Interesting.
definitely Sportsball. It's one word. Really,
2DX.
and that's TOODX, not the number 2.
Right. TOO.
I don't really know if there's anything more to say about it. I mean, like it's
Fun multiplayer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a little bit different for us too. I mean, because we don't usually do these strictly multiplayer, and especially we don't do very many console exclusive. And this is the first one we've ever done for Nintendo.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's that's how fun this game was. Is that we're like, you know what? Even without all that, because I wish this was on Steam. I wish
Yeah.
it was.
If this were on,
Although I don't know how it would control with different, but you know,
I found that they really used the fact that it was wiiU just very, very well. And honestly, the way this game is designed, I don't think it would have worked on Steam specifically. Like, yeah, you could do, like, the fun of this game is sitting down or standing up as we were and killing each other on majestic flying birds. Like, that's most of the fun. And excuse me. And it just online, it just wouldn't be as visceral as it is otherwise.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. If you were standing next to each other, you're just like, you really want to beat the hell out of the other people.
Yeah.
I mean, complete strangers would be like, you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But anyway, that is Sportsball 2DX.
You might want to take the footage off now too.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Damn.
Jeez, whatever. Oh.
People recording like, what footage?
Yeah.
But anyway,
But yeah,
2DX,
definitely check it out.
Here's the card. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's backwards on the live stream because I don't know what to do about that. But anyway,
Really cool dudes. Check them out on Twitter. If you have a Wii U, seriously, like as they were saying, it's less than the price of a large pizza. I mean, if you're in Seattle,
$9.99.
Yeah, $9.99. It's great.
Nintendo eShop.
I want it.
Or what
I really do. And like,
makes you want to get a Wii U.
it does. Like, and I was looking at Wii U.
We don't have
last
enough
night.
friends.
No, I don't have enough friends. I don't have time. I don't have enough
does.
friends. Yeah.
That's why I was asking. I thought you had a Wii U, Rev. I was like maybe I could.
I've got friends and neighbors that do, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Convince them to buy Sportsball. You'll have a good time.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'll go punch somebody tonight when I'm done with work.
Yeah.
You know what else is a
Buy
good time?
Sportsball, bitch.
What else is a good time?
Other than beating the hell out of someone for sports ball,
I don't know if you can beat that.
peep shows are a good time.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Please give all your attention to Early Access.
Peep show this week. We're talking about Vagante. Vagante is like they actually call it like a Spelunky-like. If you don't know Spelunky's one of the roguelikes that came out a couple years ago, won like Game of the Year, blah blah blah. It was really cool. Not to say that it is a Spelunky clone. It is absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I mean, from what I gathered, it's actually not. I don't know how much of it is like Spelunky. A lot of people, other than that you're kind of cave diving into it, but because Spelunky gives you temporary upgrades. This actually has temporary and permanent upgrades every time you go through. It's a lot darker. It's a lot more tactical, I think, which is one of the biggest things. Instead of a lot of roguelikes nowadays, you just kind of charge through the game and get as far as you can, try and get farther every time. This one, you're trying to think about, like, okay, what's the best way to get through this area? Should I attack this enemy? Should I try and go past it? All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which actually, I guess that kind of is like in Spelunky. You do that a little bit, but it's a lot more tactical, I think, than Spelunky.
Yeah, it's also, again, a lot darker.
I should probably...
Yeah, roll some footage.
Sure.
We'll show you guys. For those of you who are watching, new format, obviously. You guys will be seeing some awesome gameplay of it. We also have a video up on our website, IndieGameRiot.com. You can check out an interview with the dev that we did. Awesome guy. Seriously awesome game. And I'm really like... I wouldn't say that it's scary, but it is a little bit scary. Like
it is a daunting game.
Yeah, exactly, because you are so small and the world around you is going to kill you,
and it's very big,
exactly,
and dark.
And they sort of like embraced that more of the humanity of it, where a lot of roguelikes, like we were talking with the dev and like we were talking earlier, are like, oh, run until you die, and then run until you die, and then run until you die, over and over and over and over and over again. And the fun,
bit attached to your character.
yeah, exactly. You get attached. You do things slower. You actually have to think, and then all of a sudden you're making decisions that are life or death. It's like, will I be able to get through this? Do I really want to die here? Have I made my life worth it?
He's mentioning like Rogue Legacy is another one, which is a great game.
Fantastic.
But I mean. But you go through it and you're like, before you can actually beat the game, you have to go through it like hundreds of times, and that's literally,
that was last month's indie box, and I think I'm 650 generations in.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous.
And that's
I
one
love
thing.
It's so difficult.
Yeah, that's one thing that they were trying to sort of stay away from, was just the incessant replaying and oh, you got some gold, now you can buy this new thing. Like, no, this was very it's very much like, will you be able to beat it in one run? No. Do you have to play it 800 times to beat it? No, you don't. And
one I think one of my favorite features is that they have, like, a lot of the equipment you get is unidentified, quote.
Yeah.
Where basically it'll be cursed or enchanted or something like that, and you won't know that unless you spend the money to get it checked out.
Yeah, or if you have like a scroll of identifier.
Or a scroll or something like that.
Very, very much sort of old school, like Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But, Diablo 3 kind of did it. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. But he said that it's kind of funny too, because he was watching some YouTubers playing it and stuff like that, and they were like, man, I got this really cool sword, and he went and played with it, and all of a sudden, like, it was cursed, but he didn't know that, and the curse was that it would like teleport you someplace random, and apparently it teleported him into a wall, and he just died. Yeah. Because he didn't get it checked out.
Yep.
I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe eventually it would get obnoxious. You're like, I don't know if I need to get it checked out or not. Maybe I don't. Depends on the limitations as far as like how easy it is to get it checked out. And all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And so, just to, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, and just to preface, this is a peep show. This is an early access game. You can get it for $15 on Steam. It is still, they're calling it in alpha,
which is surprising because it's very polished already.
They have a demo as well on their website, VaganteGame.com.
Yeah.
It's 16.7 megs in a zip file. They're on version 8. In the line of a lot of indie groups, their policy on making videos is go right ahead. We don't have any problem with you monetizing it. Just make it sure that this is in alpha. I don't know. Like this game brings to mind. Chat was saying it's like a cross between Terraria and Castlevania, but I also
Terraria in the art style, Castlevania, and a little bit of the gameplay I can kind of see.
Yeah.
And kind of the
Yeah,
UI
absolutely.
aspect of it, I'm also feeling Risk of Rain.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
But again,
A little
much
bit.
slower.
Is it really?
Yeah, because
much
Risk of
slower
Rain
than
is
Risk of Rain.
is very
Because
time
we
based.
had a pretty long chat about roguelikes, because when we talked about Risk of Rain, we talked about Binding of Isaac, Rogue Legacy, Spelunky, and how he was trying to differentiate himself, and he's kind of calling back to the classic roguelikes that, that were what was the game he kept referencing that
I can't remember.
Dungeon
something.
Dungeon, what was it?
Dungeon
Rev?
Crawl?
Dungeon Crawler?
Yeah,
Maybe
it
that
was
might have been
probably
it.
Dungeon Crawler.
Just called Dungeon Crawler. It's a pretty old game, but it was like one of the first roguelikes, so from the original roguelikes, that were very hard, but also, you're not just charging through. Now, the developer is called Nuke 9 Games.
Yep.
And I should have had the Steam page open or something like that. Oh, no, there it is. $15 currently.
Yep.
Early access, you're buying it as is, oh, great, it's showing the stuff. There we go. That's the website. I didn't realize that it would do that, but there it is.
You can also get it on the Humble Store.
I'm reading through their wiki. I'm watching video. Like, I love this, and I can't pay for it this paycheck.
That's Vagante at MAGFest. I'm showing on the stream there.
Yeah, you also might want to flip back to our beautiful faces.
I changed it because it went to a commercial.
Commercial or something.
YouTube. So, anyway, that's Vagante at MAGFest. They didn't take any pictures. A lot of people took pictures of us and recorded us, which was kind of cool. But we've only seen a couple so far.
Yeah, Undercog did it, and I think that's it.
Oh no, Undercog did, and there were a few others.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions, Rev? Since you weren't there. By the way,
no, this looks amazing.
Just to show some art to the live stream. There is they actually wrote their information on the back of stickers because they didn't have business cards at that point. I'm trying to get it to focus. But anyway, Vagante, we're actually. Oh, by the way, we should have explained this in the beginning of the show, because coming up next, I think we're up for free fun, but we're gonna do free fun and going mobile, real quick, because there were both games there. We feel like we don't want to jip them out just because we're not on the rotation or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So up next, we're gonna go mobile.
Oh.
This week, you have to contain your enthusiasm a little bit because you can't buy this mobile game just yet, but it's coming out in October, so they say. We are talking about Edo Superstar. Yes, odd name, awesome developers, and probably one of the best, if not also the only, brawler for mobile platforms. I think it's only on iOS they're developing it for, but ignore anything that you might think about pressing A to punch or using a control stick to move. In this game, you swipe to move, you tap where you want to hit, and it is just all out attack pigs.
Man, the controls, I mean, we talked about digital controls earlier when we were talking about just recapping some of the games, but this does not use digital controls. It's simply swipe and tap, and you think that'd be hard in Brawler. You're like, okay, how do you aim? They got it to the point where it is punching exactly where you want it to go, and you feel like a badass flipping around and jumping and running
and everything that I wanted to do, I'm like, can I jump over this guy and attack him from the back? And he'd do a big attack, and I'd swipe over him, and my character would jump over him, and I'd start punching him in the back. Oh, and it's like full animation. You can parry attacks. Attacks are shown in big red circles. You can tap on that circle, and you'll parry it. They'll parry your attacks. Multiple levels per world. They had one world to demo there. They're working on a lot of other worlds. You're watching right now this awesome animated feature that they had for the game too, and you feel that awesome. You are playing as a monkey. You are killing pigs and goats and all this other stuff. And oh man, like if you want, like I'm not big on mobile games, guys. I'm sorry, like that's not
this is a game.
Not my thing.
This is a game that I would consider buying as well.
And I will say it controls better on your phone. I played it on tablet first, and it was good, but I was like, yeah, the responsiveness is sort of there. And then as soon as they were like, hey, try it on my iPhone 6 Plus, I was holding the iPhone 6 Plus, and it was just flawless. Like,
throwing in the chat.
Oh my God!
Right now.
Hey, you know what? It's okay.
Okay, so
because this game is fun.
I have to ask
for the live stream. By the way, here's some art. I could actually open this up and show you some while you're talking. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, while you're showing, I have to ask because you guys are the ones that have actually played this. Here's my big concern, and this is kind of why as soon as we saw that we were going to be doing this one, I was kind of like, These guys successfully ran a Kickstarter. They were asking for $65,000. And they made 67, almost 68, September 5th of 2013. And they announced that their release date was going to be October of 2014. And they've since pushed that back. They've gotten another year of funding from investors, apparently. And they've now pushed their release date back until October of 2015. So basically a full year, 2 years after they were funded. They're saying, well, it'll be there. You guys actually got to play this. Do you think it's something that's...
Oh, you cut out there.
Oh, and he's gone.
And
right as he's asking.
I think that it, like, you know, I think the extra year is definitely for adding a lot more content. Because if you look on their website's sort of lacking, but their Kickstarter is updated a lot. So they're adding a lot more content. They are doing, like, adding more characters, more levels. The game itself, the engine, the way it plays is there. Like, it's good. The formula is good. The mechanics are good. The intro is good. Everything just works. And I think I think
Rev's being concerned about the
development hell.
Well, not just that, but I think he's concerned about like the fact that they've had twice investment, one from Kickstarter and one from a private investor. And first of all, we talked to the devs, and I know, you know, people can lie through the teeth or whatever, but they seem really cool and really passionate about their game.
Yeah.
The way they talk, you can tell by talking about it that they love this game. They're not just trying to get money from people. They want to make this game great, and they spent a lot of time. And we were talking about too that, I mean, they showed their game off. Who did they show it off to?
The lead developer for Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter, and the Street Fighter guy was like,
no.
You know, it really this game could use
digital buttons. Controls. Digital controls are the future. and the guy, like, quote, he was like, no, you don't really get it, man. I mean, we're just trying to encapsulate, like this is what they're trying to encapsulate the brawler aspect of brawler games and then make it so that it's fun and easy to play on mobile. And I think also a lot of where that funding is going is porting it to PC, which they talked to us about. Date yet, but they're working on moving it to more platforms. And they basically said, like, look, wherever we put it, it's going to play right. And if it doesn't play right, we're not putting it there. So they do, from my experience, they do really care more about making the game good than just cashing in.
Okay, because that was my major concern.
Yeah, and also just want to, first of all, those of you listening to the recorded version, you should check out our live shows because then you get to see the cool stuff while we're on stream. This is my personal favorite piece of art, just because of how ridiculous it is. It's called Kappa. And it's a turtle, looks like who's on acid or something, or crack, balancing a bowl of liquid on its head.
Yeah, so are there any other questions about Edo Superstar? Obviously, you can't quite pick it up yet. Links will be for any information that you possibly get of it. having played it and being, not crazy about mobile games, I highly, seriously, I want this. Rev, I understand your concerns, and I think part of me saying that these, that they aren't, you shouldn't worry too much about them is because the game is solid. It really is. The art's solid, the gameplay is solid, and I really want to play this game again.
And it was easy to pick up too, because you played it twice basically. Yep. The first time you played, you were like, what do I do? They were kind of guiding you a little bit. The second time, you were just like, pow, 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 to all the enemies. You're like,
I got this. Let's keep going. Yeah, definitely.
All right, fair enough.
You know what else I got?
What?
A free fun game. And this week on Free Fun, that's right, you're getting a double dose, going mobile and Free Fun. This week on Free Fun is the one free game that wasn't mobile at MAGFest. And it wasn't even actually, to be honest, it wasn't even part of their indie game exhibit. These people actually, they applied to be an exhibit, and what do they call it? MIVS is the acronym for it. They applied and they were rejected. They are from actually Shippensburg University.
These guys.
Yeah, they're from Shippensburg University. It was actually where I went to school. It's kind of cool. And the game, by the way, is called Story Mode. I don't have any gameplay footage. Sorry, live stream. There's no gameplay footage of it. Basically, they set up outside in the hallway because they're allowed to, but they couldn't get into the actual exhibit. So I saw them and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. Why are they out here? Went to go talk to them, found out a little bit about the game. Basically, it's a game that reads the files on your computers and creates levels based on the files that you have on your computer. So you go in, it's a roguelike, and it's completely free. You go in, and the whole thing is that you're trying to collect items from these dungeons and trying to craft items for the crafting god, to appease the crafting god. And you go in, you choose the level by selecting the files that it brings up on its list from your computer. It can be any kind of file, JPEG or video or whatever. And you fight enemies through the dungeon. Actually, the fighting reminds me a lot of, if any of you, I know you two have, but anyone listening has played Crypt of the Necrodancer. Minus the rhythm, but you're like kind of just bumping into them. It is pretty difficult. They're still working on it as it goes. I tried to ask him, I was like, where's the build at? He's like, not really any kind of build. I just kind of add to it as I go. Yeah, I mean, because basically this is a group of people from Shippensburg University. It's the game development club there. And I was talking to the whole group, and they were like, yeah, the guy's like the leader or the president of the group or something. He's like, yeah, this guy's like a coding machine. He does game jams all the time, but this is like his baby, and he'll spend like a week and just code like crazy for the game. But it was really cool. It was a really new idea as far as like reading the files and things like that, and having that open-endedness mixed with like crafting and item collection. Yeah. It was all in black and white, so it was an interesting aesthetic. Do you have any questions about story mode?
I mean, I was there.
Not without being able to see it.
Yeah,
they have a website, and I'm going to link the website in the video subscription. But for some reason, and I actually messaged them on Twitter today, but for some reason their website keeps giving me an error 404 message.
Well, it's not. It's a GitHub, and that's So I tweeted at them as well. Who's like, hey, I would like to check out your game. No, but so I don't know how comfortable I feel having a game sift through my documents.
Yeah,
and files.
I was a little bit dubious about that too. But I feel like it's not like I don't think it's like accessing the internet or anything. It could be.
If it makes you feel comfortable, play it offline.
Yeah, or just disable it in your firewall. But no, I totally get you. That was the one thing where I heard like use your files, and I was just like, don't know. Rev's back. Awesome.
Yay!
but yeah, but it's a cool concept. It's a cool idea.
I'm not the most security conscious person, but I am kind of paranoid about stuff like that. And I mean, I don't keep anything I would be ashamed of. Like, I'll totally share my porn links to you guys if you'd like. But like at the same time, I'm not sure I necessarily want to be playing story mode and have a dungeon based on my pornography folder pop up while I'm sitting there playing with my kids.
Actually, well, I don't think
it's not based around the actual files.
You're not going to have like tits popping out of your game. It's designing. I'm not exactly sure because I'm not a developer. I'm not literate in this way in any kind of way, but it's designing the level based off of the file structure. It's not actually bringing your files out into the game.
It's like looking at the file and then building the level around it.
Right. So it's not like there's going to be like a video of people screwing. It's just that like, okay, it sees this AVI, it's coded a certain way,
and it's going to dig into like the ones and zeros, something like that.
So
okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
But I still we need to get them on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to because I would really love to have that explained.
It's such
at the very least,
such
you
a
could,
creative.
or at the very least, we can talk to them on, or maybe we can do like an interview for like a written interview for the site or something.
Yeah,
but
because it's such a cool idea.
Yeah. So I mean, at the most, it's just going to show the name of the file. So I mean, your kids might see like, what's Anal Pirates 13? You know,
better than Anal Pirates 12.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know.
Could be. Probably. Internet.
I'm searching right now.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Well, anyway.
Pirates.
You know what else is searching right now?
What?
The end of the show.
Because that makes sense.
Searching
This is
for
the end of the
segues.
show. All good things must come to the end. To a end.
Yeah.
This is the MAGFest edition of Indie Game Riot. Thank you all for joining us in the live stream. Thank you all for listening to the recorded version. Those of you in the future. And I hope you enjoyed. We're living vicariously through us, and maybe we'll see you at future events.
Yeah,
maybe
definitely.
next year at MAGFest or something like that. It was really cool. MAGFest does actually have other like events. I think the next one is Rock Age, which is in San Diego. I think it's more music based, but you know. Yeah, it's more video game music, but it's still if you want to go check it out. Yeah, go check it out. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it on the show. I mentioned it at some point, I know. Music today is by, let me get this up here.
Dave Dexter.
Dave Dexter. He made the music for Star Saver, that mobile game we were talking about in the Indie News Injection segment. There's the album cover for those of you in the stream again. And if you are a musician or a game dev or anything like that, you have some sort of indie game related thing that you want to have featured, let us know. You can contact us through various means, but first, by the way, you can check us out live, hitbox.tv/JoshandYa every Friday at 9:30, or check us out on YouTube or on our website for the recorded versions. Our website is indiegameriot.com. You can contact us through Twitter at IGR Podcast or Facebook.com/IGR Podcast. And our email, which is contact at IGR. God, I always do that. Contact at indiegameriot.com. Oh, man, that was a fun week.
It was very fun. I wish it was every week.
Check out. We'll keep an eye out too for continuous. Like we're going to be releasing the interviews.
We have 19 more interviews to cover, guys,
on our website.
Yeah,
we've got a lot of stuff.
Hours of content.
Go check it out. They're really cool interviews. It's nice and professional looking.
Definitely, yeah.
Any last words, gentlemen?
Only MAGFest.
MAGFest.
Heck South.
Say goodbye.
MAGFest.
God damn it. Oh.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Charlie horse.
Oh, I stretched the wrong way and I started getting a Charlie horse. It's okay though. Crisis averted.
I look away to check my email because my phone's buzzing off the hook at me, and all I hear is
Because I didn't want it to happen. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm the same way.
Oh, I'm afraid to like put my leg down. It is if I can't move it back.
Make sure that like your
Oh my God,
legs like aren't getting circulation cut off or something.